What is up, guys? HF Masters here, and today we are back with another Bionicle 2016 review. This time it is on Tahu Uniter of Fire, pages 8 to 14, item number 71308, and it has 132 pieces. On the front you can see Tahu. On the back just shows the Unity mode and a comic, but let's open the setup. Alright, so here is Tahu Uniter of Fire completely built. Now obviously the first thing you can see is, wow, there's a lot of gold. And the red, there isn't really too much of. And for that, I kind of think they should have added some more red. I really would have liked some red 4-sized armor pieces. But you know what, they gave us a lot of gold and whatever. I mean, I guess we just have to deal with it. But one of the unique things that they have in all of the sets is on the back there's a gear, and that does a swivel function. Now for mine, it is kind of squeaky, probably because it's new and I haven't really used it a lot, but that will probably wear down after a while. And of course, they do still have that popping off the mask function, however it is changed, so it's not as easy. But now let's take a look at the legs. So for Tahu's legs, there's not much going on. Well, the most interesting thing you can see is new armor. You have this new type of armor plating piece, which is covering a 6-sized recolor red, along with this new type of armor piece. It does involve some technique to be placed in. And on the back, you can also see they added some random pins for no apparent reason. But the most interesting thing is this blue. The blue really does stand out, and there's not a lot of it on the set. However, because it is in such this area, when you're looking at it in the front, you don't really seem to notice it that much. Obviously, in this type of angle, you can notice it, but when you're kind of tilting him to the side, you don't really notice him. So it's kind of okay, but at the same time, it can be very disturbing. So for Tahu's torso, you can obviously see the first thing is they do have some extra armor plating up here in the Wave 2 Skull Villain kind of fur armor piece in gold, which is a nice recolor. They also do have this body plate, which has some of the blue, so the blue from the legs do kinda match with that, but the sad thing is, that's really the only other area where that blue is, and that if they really wanted to have that blue, they should have at least done something where it could have been on the arms. Maybe in the weapon somewhere, but they didn't do anything. Also, for the back, there is some extra detailing. You can see some of the Borak eye pieces in trans red, along with the new armor piece and some open pins, which are meant to connect the creatures with. Some people may consider that to be a con, just because they don't like it, and they could have easily put something over here, and they also could have easily put something over here to add some armor. But hey, I mean, it's still really good, and I like how they did make some way to have the creatures combine. For his arms, there's not that much going on. There's not even really recolors. The only thing that would be considered a recolor is this trans red bone piece. This was released in the Chima Fire and Ice Ultra builds, and it was never released in any other set until now. So for people that are living in North America, this is actually a new recolor for you guys. So I'm really excited for that, because I live in North America and I was unable to get any of the Chima Ultra builds. So I'm really excited that I have this piece, and it's going to be really good for mocking. But other than that, there's really not much going on. There's a lot of golds, and there's no of that blue, and that's kind of something that I wish they would have done. I would have preferred if this could have been red, and then it could have kind of balanced out. But that's just my opinion. So Tahu's weapon, it has changed quite a lot. It still is a sword, and in that matter, it it's kind of similar, but there's still a lot that changed. First of all, it has this type of blade, which can move, and this moving function, I don't really know exactly what it's for. I mean, it's nice to have, and it kind of works, but it moves like barely any extra distance. So it's only useful if someone's really close and you're using your swords to kind of like back off an enemy. You can just kind of like stab. Also, something that's kind of weird, they have this here, this type of open pin, but there's no apparent reason for it. I guess it could be used to connect with this other side, but I don't really know. I mean, it could connect, but it's a really small pin, and that would be kind of strange. Maybe you could put them both together, but that might be a little bit too heavy. And last thing is, there's this open pin right here. So you could connect this, at least one of the swords, to his back, but I don't know how that would really work out because it's just right up here. Won't be too good, and the sword is kind of big, and it's at a lower kind of point of the sword. So yeah, there's not really too much going on. But now let's just take a quick side-by-side look at Tahu 2015 and Tahu 2016. Alright, so here is just a quick side-by-side comparison of Tahu 2016 and Tahu 2015. We will be doing a more in-depth video, which will be coming soon, and it's going to involve like just a whole comparison on stuff that's different, but for now, just front and back. And finally, here is Tahu with his golden mask on, and I must say, it looks a lot better. It just kind of fits in with everything because there's so much gold, and there's so much more of that trans red color than the just regular solid red. It really works. Also, as you can see, there is some kind of detailing going on. Just a quick little closer up view of the golden mask. You can see there are some detailing, and it does look really, really good. Now, normally you would have the creature of fire on Tahu when you would have the mask on, but I will be showing off the Unity mode in a separate video. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Overall, I think this set, I like it, but it really depends on what you're going for. There's obviously some better choices you could get, like, you could get, just for personal preferences, maybe you don't like all that gold, maybe you just don't like Tahu just in general, or maybe you think there's just too much going on with him. It just really comes down to what you like. But personally, I think this set is fine, and I think it is one of the more solid sets of the wave. It definitely does not compare to a set like Umarak. Umarak is extremely good, but it still is a very solid set. But of course, that's just my opinion. If you guys want, you can comment your own opinions on what you think of the sets. And until next time, this is HF Masters saying goodbye.